join with our Buddhist friends in praying for peace. May all people live in peace, live in justice, live in peace. Sing a line to sing it. May all people live in peace, live in justice, live in peace. May all people live in peace, live in justice, live in peace. May all people live in peace, live in justice, live in peace. May all people live in truth, live in wisdom, live in truth. May all people live in truth, live in wisdom, live in truth. May all people live in love, live in kindness, live in love. May all people live in love, live in kindness, live in love. Violence and war shall be no more. 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 Violence and and war shall be no more.
Violence and war shall be no more. Violence and war shall be no more.
Justice and peace lighten our way.
Justice and peace lighten our way.
Wisdom and truth lighten our way.
Wisdom and truth lighten our way.
Kindness and love lighten our way.
Kindness and love lighten our way.
Spirit of spirit 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 lighten our way.
Justice and peace lighten our way.
Justice and peace lighten our way.
Wisdom and truth lighten our way.
Wisdom and truth lighten our way.
Kindness and love lighten our way.
Kindness and love lighten our way.
Spirit of spirit 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 lighten our way.
Spirit of peace.
Spirit
reading.
For a new beginning, in out of the way places of the heart, where your thoughts never think to wander, this beginning has been quietly forming, waiting until you are ready to emerge. For a long time it has watched your desire, feeling the emptiness growing inside you, noticing how you willed yourself on, still unable to leave what you had outgrown. It watched you play with the seduction of safety, and the gray promises that sameness whispered, heard the waves of turmoil, rise and melt, wondered what you always lived like this. Then the delight of your courage kindled, and out you stepped onto new ground, your eyes young again with energy and dream, a path of plenitude opening before you. Though your destination is not yet clear, you can trust the promise of this opening. Unfurl yourself into the grace of beginning that is at one with your life's desire. Awaken your spirit to adventure. Hold nothing back. Learn to find ease and risk. Soon you will be home in a new rhythm, where your soul senses the world as it is.
Thank you. Any immediate thoughts from that reading?
Mine tonight was something about when you be at ease with risk. Is that what it said?
Yes, learn to find ease and risk.
I have a feeling that all of us here in this room are acquainted with the phrase, the seduction of safety. Yeah. Any other thoughts?
Earlier I was talking with someone and we referenced some lyrics that had the line, "Let today be the day of reckoning." And I was thinking about how there's a lack of reckoning between the feeling of true security and security, between pattern and predictability, and finding a calling or a path, and just the fact that that could be so dynamic that it's so easy to fall into pattern or into not being aware of options and abilities, that, you know, when something like a storm does happen, it can be quite a revelation to see how everything can look different in an instant. But that doesn't necessarily mean that, you know, any of the previous information was wrong or anything like that. It's just in such complex lives we have a lot of layers, fear, security, hopes that can misalign but also come together to form a very interesting picture.
Could we hear it one more time, please?
The whole reading? For a new beginning, in out of the way places of the heart, where your thoughts never think to wander, this beginning has been quietly forming, waiting until you were ready to emerge. For a long time it has watched your desire, feeling the emptiness growing inside you, noticing how you willed yourself on, still unable to leave what you had outgrown. It watched you play with the seduction of safety, and the gray promises that sameness whispered, heard the waves of turmoil rise and relent, wondered, would you always live like this? Then the delight, when your courage kindled, and out you stepped into the grace of beginning that is at one with your life's desire. Awaken your spirit to adventure. Hold nothing back. Learn to find ease and risk. Soon you will be home in a new rhythm, for your soul senses the world that awaits.
Any other thoughts on this reading?
I like the aspect about new thought. One of the great expressions is, I never thought of that. And when you learn something from that perspective, it can totally flip your world upside down. And it makes you continue that process in other things. Like, what am I not looking at the other way? You know, what's a different way to look at that constant wonderment, and that constantly opens yourself up to new adventures and new ideas, and you know. And the other thing is, like, mentor of mine told me, whatever risk you take, do it boldly, because it will change you. And 99% of my experiences, it always changed me for the better. Even if the experience itself wasn't maybe what I expected, or what some may have deemed not the best of outcomes, what have you, it ultimately changes you. And just knowing that you walked through that door that you didn't want to walk through, it emboldens you to do it again and again and again. And looking back at my 50 plus years, some of the risks that I took, like, I would do it again, even knowing what I know how it would turn out, because it changed me that dramatically on my trajectory in life. It changed me as a person because of the experience itself.
So you do have a pony in that race.
Yes, I did.
Phew.
Because I'm the pony. It's my life. So, yeah, one merry-go-round. So.
Yeah. It's good to know a little bit about the person who wrote this book and whose words were read tonight. His name is John O'Donoghue. He was an Irish poet philosopher, and he lived full out, as the Irish love to say. He was a Catholic priest for most of his adult life, and then at one point in his life, in his late 40s, he realized that his life was taking a different turn, and he wanted to be married and have children. And so he left the Catholic priesthood, and he basically went searching. And of course, it was at great risk, because, as you all know, you can't be a Catholic priest and be married at the same time. So he lost some things, but he gained some things. And he was one whose life is reflected in his words. So I just want to share with you how his life ended. I was sitting on the ground in a festival in England called Green Belt. It's a Christian festival of music and speakers. And John was speaking at this festival. And I was with a group of friends, dear friends, some from Germany, some from England, and we were sitting around listening to John speak. And it was wonderful. Of course, he spoke with this thick Irish accent, He just had this way of communicating that was delightful. And so Christine, who was there, who was 39 at the time, John was 52. And Christine turned to me and she said, "I think I'm in love with this man." And I said, "Of course you are, Chris. We all are. I mean, he's wonderful. He's Irish. He's a poet. He's a philosopher. What's not to love?" She said, No. It's something else." So that night, there was a book signing in the tent, and John O'Donoghue was there signing his book, and we were all in line to get a book signed. And Chris went up to him and said, "Would you sign my book?" Now, this is an example of the man who lived full out. And he looked up at Christine, who was this young woman, 39 years of age, long black hair, from Germany. And he said to her, I will. And what are you doing later? He was 10 years ago. And she was a bit taken back, but by the end of the night, the two of them were walking around the camp, talking about life. The next day, they also were walking around camp, but this time holding hands. And all of us kind of smiled and thought, oh, this is amazing, this is wonderful. And it was. The end of the festival came, and Christine said to us, John and I are going to be traveling Europe together, and to explore life together. We're already talking about getting married and having children. My God, Chris, how fast can you possibly move? Anyway, and they did. For 4 months, they traveled Europe and were, as the Indian Hindu tradition says, they were in Ananda, bliss, for 4 months. And then January came, and this was in 2008, I believe. And we get an email, John's dead. He died in his sleep in Christine's cottage in France. And everything changed again. Her life was turned upside down, and for the next 2 years, she didn't know who she was. She's doing much better now. She's happy, and she's married. I just share that with you because the poet, the philosopher, the man, I believe, lived what he wrote. And it's always good to see that. You know? He took the risk. He lived full out. He loved lavishly. And so that's the story. The end of John O'Donoghue's life. Any final thoughts you would like to share? We'll close with a song. A night like this, I feel like we should turn off all the lights and tell scary stories. When the night is falling and the moon shines softly, gentle light, you guide us. Faithful friend, you love and the night is falling and the moon shines softly,
close of this day, we give you thanks for your great love that sweeps us off our feet, that dazzles the world. May we be so swept, and may we so dazzled. May it be so.